It's a scrapbook filled with current information on the Madison bowling scene. Responsible for the info, Capital Times bowling writer Jeff Richgels, who likes spending time perfecting the game while punching those typewriter keys.
You know, I've met so many people and learned so much just through writing itself. I'm sure it's helped my game a lot.
Scattering pins for some 17 years, from junior leagues on up to men's amateurs, the 22-year-old Richgels has won awards and prizes totaling $11,000. And last year, he fell 2 points short of becoming Wisconsin State Amateur of the Year.
I go out in the lanes thinking that I can throw a strike every ball. Logically, it could happen. Realistically, it never will, but logically it can happen. And if I don't go out there thinking that I can win every turn of my bowling or throw a strike every ball, then it's never going to happen. And that's been the biggest adjustment of my attitude over the years, is I've come to believe now that every time I step on the lanes, I can win.
With a delivery that's hooked him to 4 300 games and an all-time 886 series record, Richgels would like to test the Pro Tour in about a year if he can convince a sponsor to support him.
If I can find a sponsor and get out there, I would hope to go in the beginning of 1986, start full-time on the tour. And I think by the end of that winter tour, I would hope to get on a show. If not, if I could not make the top 5 TV finals within a year, once or twice, then I think I would have to logically look at myself and say I'm not good enough and quit.
But before that happens, Richgels will keep striking for first in Midwest tournaments, shoot for 85 Wisconsin Bowler of the Year, and imagine the pressure of bright lights and standing room audiences on the Pro Tour.
Continue, and our temperatures will not be rising that much in the next few days because of the clouds, and expected some precipitation as well. As for tomorrow, looks like a cloudy day, probably a dry day. The storm system will produce rain up into northern
Shane Corson, who tallied his first NHL goal. Marc McDowell has yet to step into the winner's circle, but he's an ideal candidate for Channel 3's winner's circle because he's a young man who hasn't forgotten the folks back home.
McDowell in a must-strike situation. Lets it fly. And knocks that 10-pin out of there. Here he comes.
The 24-year-old has been doing that a lot this year, and because he has, when he's back in Madison, Marc can afford to rest a little. But his siestas don't last very long. In between PBA Tour stops, Marc competes in the Dream Lanes Major League.
It's nice to come back and bowl with these guys. I kind of grew up with them, and it's just a good time to come back and bowl with them, have a little fun.
It's not often that the everyday bowler gets a chance to roll off against a top-notch pro, one who's currently averaging 220 a game. That's not bad for someone who's just trying to stay in shape for the real tough competition.
I think they enjoy bowling against me, you know, and it's nice to have them, you know, they watch me and see what I've done and come back and bowl against a professional bowler. You know, I think they just enjoy that.
You better believe the locals get charged up to beat someone of Marc's caliber, whether it's the bowler who averages 180 or an aspiring PBA pro like Jeff Richgels.
You know, they're coming out to get us, and a lot of times the guys will have like their best series when they're bowling Marc or I, because they're out there to get us, you know, and that's great. It's fun, you know, that's what it's all about for them. And
one game, you know, anybody can beat anybody, and these guys are good bowlers too. It's just for fun.
It was for more than just fun in one game this summer when McDowell had a chance to win his first PBA title in Seattle. Unfortunately, he had to settle for runner-up honors behind Dale Eagle.
It made me realize that I can win a title out there, and I'm really working hard to get back there and win one.
With or without a victory, McDowell could win Rookie of the Year honors. To date, he's earned almost $50,000.
It would really mean a lot to me. It's something that's a spot in history, and it's something I would really like.
And for the Wednesday night regulars that trade strikes, spares, open frames, and high fives with Marc, they can share in the feeling of helping to make him what he is today, one of the up-and-coming stars on the PBA Tour.
This helps me, too, coming out here and competing against the guys and the best bowlers in the city here.
And he is a class act, no doubt about it. Sports quiz time. What college quarterback holds the NCAA record for...
Three-man singles tournament. Tonight we bring you the semifinal match of this tournament. Tonight we bring you the qualifiers are in our handicap division, qualifying fourth and working his way up, Mike Nelson. And he'll be going against our second place qualifier, Wayne Wetzel. In our scratch division, our fourth place qualifier, who's also worked his way up, Glenn Nelson. And he will be bowling our second place qualifier, Jeff Richgels. Good luck, gentlemen, and good bowling. Good evening again, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dick Clary, along with my special guest, who I don't know that'll be tonight. We'll just have to wait and see. We'll start with our handicap division. Wayne Wetzel on lane 3 starts out with a nice solid strike. In this handicap match, Wayne Wetzel will be bowling Mike Nelson. Wayne will be receiving 11 pins handicap in this match. Ooh, Mike got very heavy. 6-10-4 split. Not a good way to start. Well, as I said, in our handicap division, Mike Nelson, he qualified 4th and won his first 2 matches. He defeated Bud Byler and Dan Walker to make it to the semifinal match. Now on lane 5, we start a scratch division. Glenn Nelson starts out on lane 5 with a nice strike. Mike on lane 3 is having trouble right now. Threw that one wide. Ouch, and Jeff Richgels on lane 6. 4-6 split. In our scratch division, Glenn qualified 4th. Has won his first 2 matches, defeating Dave Richardson and Charlie Allen. Mike Nelson on lane 3 opens up. And on lane 6, Jeff Richgels takes 1 pin. It's a smart thing to do. Now on lane 4, Wayne Wetzel in our handicap division. As I said earlier, Wayne will be receiving, who had a hard time getting that one out, receiving 11 pins in this match. Now we got Jeff Richgels on lane 5. There, Jeff comes back with a nice strike on lane 5. I'd like to mention all the sponsors of this tournament. Without them, this would not be possible. Those sponsors are Oregon Bowl, Oregon Beverage, 4 Lakes Wholesale, Owens Distribution, Wayne's Body Shop, who is Wayne Wetzel is a proprietor of that. Best Way Cleaners, Oregon Floral and Stained Glass, Subtown Deli, Kelch Machine Corporation, Winter Law Office, Action Jackson Score Sheet, Ogden Manufacturing, Eric Grover of Remax Realty, Andy's Tire and Muffler Service, Sports Products, Oregon Meats, the Oregon Observer, and the Oregon Cable Channel. We thank them very much. Now we got Glenn on lane 6 shooting for the spare. And he covers the spare. Now my special guest is joining me, Scott Nelson.
Yeah.
Scott, what do you see in either one of these matches?
I don't think we're going to be able to say anything until about the 5th frame, Dick. The way it looks right now, we're just going to have to hold off here and take a pull after that, I guess.
Well, in our handicap division, Mike has put himself in a big hole right away.
Yeah, but it only takes 3 to get back. Well, Wayne bowled in 3 and 4. He knows where they are, and you can see there's a totally different line than what Mike bowled over on 5 and 6 tonight, so he's kind of lost right now.
Yeah, Mike Nelson, he's a teammate of Scott and mine, and we bowled on lane 5 and 6 tonight. He had to move over to 3 and 4 for this tournament, which Wayne bowled league on tonight, so Wayne's got a little bit of an advantage there.
Well, it definitely helps. I mean, you throw 3 games over there, you know, all of a sudden, I mean, if you don't get the line down then, oh well.
Mike covers the spare, though. On lane 6, Jeff Richgels left the 4-pin.
Well, he's had 2 bad shots on 6 so far, and 5, we'll see what happens. Oh, man. Ooh.
Ooh. I thought he threw that one away.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what he does in lane 5 here. This could be it.
There's Mike Nelson's shot, rolling over the thumb hole.
The old chains, we call them.
Oh, kicked out that 4-pin.
Yeah, that's nice, Kerry. I mean, didn't we see that tonight?
Yeah,
Not
but it was
us.
the other
I mean,
team.
Yeah, the opponents.
Oh, Wayne could be in trouble. Oh, he carried. Threw that right on the nose.
Kerry? Yeah, I've seen that before. Not myself.
Now in lane 6, Glenn Nelson. For you people that have been following this tournament, we just like to state that this tournament is rated PG. As the crowd goes wild, it's rated PG-13. For you people that know Glenn Nelson, this program could contain a adult theme and some type of violence.
He's so darn competitive, Dick. You know, he's just, he's not mad at anybody else. He's always mad at himself.
Right, we like to give Glenn a hard time because of his temper, but he is one competitive individual.
I guess everybody just, you know, they're so used to it, they kind of get a kick out of it after a while. Oops. Look at this. Oh! Almost went, Dick.
Threw a bad ball and left a 10-pin. Now we got Wayne on lane 3.
Yep.
Solid strike. Mike Nelson needs to put some strikes together here if he wants to even come close in this match.
Mike definitely has to get a couple. Mike needs at least 3 to get back in the game because Wayne is getting 11 pins here.
Wayne's 30 pins up at this moment. Glenn covers the spare.
Seen that last week, though. Mike come back with 6 in a row that once, too.
Oh, Mike is one bowler that can sure string them together if he finds a line. Oh, still rolling. No. Tap that 4-pin, couldn't get it over. Jeff Richgels on lane 6. Nice looking shot.
He's got a totally different line over there on 6 than he does 5. Let's see what he does. I bet you throws right over 3rd arrow here on 5.
Mike covers the spare.
I think Mike's a little nervous. I don't know. You know, he usually doesn't get that nervous, but he's not throwing his ball like he usually does.
No, he's not throwing the shot that he's normally used to, that's for sure. Jeff Richgels on lane 5.
Right over 3rd arrow, Dick, and he just buried it again.
He's playing that tight line, making it work. Oh, Mike, he was disgusted with it when he released that ball, but he got good results. Glenn Nelson on lane 6. Good looking shot. Oh, there it is. Ooh, Wayne throws it wide and leaves off.
Threw it a little slow that time, Dick.
1-2-8. Glenn in lane 5.
Definitely needs a strike, and they're pretty much even right now. Oh, big kick out.
Yeah, he got a little heavy, but he carried it.
Nothing wrong with that.
Wayne on lane 4. Covers the spare.
Well, Mike's got to get something rolling here. He definitely needs a double off.
Good Jeff Richgels on lane 6.
He's on a turkey right now. Got it.
Like you said, right over that 3rd arrow, he's dialed in right now. We got a heck of a match here in our scratch division. Wayne Wetzel hits it a little heavy, leaves a 4-pin. We've actually got a dead even match in our scratch division. Dead even. Ooh. 8-pin.
Welcome home.
8-pin for Jeff Richgels. Wayne Wetzel shooting for the spare on 3 covers.
Oh, Mike has definitely have another double here.
Yep, Mike needs to string some strikes here. And Richgels covers the spare. Now I got Mike Nelson on a lane 4. For you people that do not know, Mike Nelson and Glenn Nelson are brothers. Oh.
You got the speed, but he's a little heavy, Dick.
Yeah, couldn't carry that 4-pin.
Glenn definitely needs a strike, and we'll be about dead even right now.
Threw it kind of slow. Yeah. He threw that slower than what he's been throwing.
Much too slow.
He got a break out of it, though. Yeah. Mike covers the spare.
Well, if Glenn needs to pick this up, then Jeff will have a 1-pin lead.
And he covers it. We got a heck of a match in our scratch division. Jeff Richgels has a 1-pin lead over Glenn Nelson in the 8th frame.
Mike's got to get a strike.
There, Mike threw that ball with some authority. He dug
Lane
down
3.
deep.
It's the only place he's gotten a strike. He's going to have to double on top of that.
If
Wayne
Mike,
Chapline
oh,
has no open yet.
if Mike has any chance, he's got to strike it all the way out. There's better speed. And a strike. That
Big
was
strike.
much better speed.
Glenn's been locked in on that lane over there, so it all depends what happens right here.
Wayne Wetzel on lane 4.
Oh, boy.
Little light, leaves a 7-pin. Now we have Jeff Richgels on lane 6. Ouch.
Tough break, Dick. Leaves a 5-7 split on a nice shot.
Wayne Wetzel on lane 4. Trying to convert the 7-pin. And he covers it. The winner of the handicap division will advance to bowl Lee Christensen in the championship match. The loser will end up in 3rd place and take home a prize fund of $75. As Jeff Richgels covers a 5-pin but doesn't cover the split. All comes down to this 10th frame now. In our scratch division, the winner will advance to bowl defending scratch champion Bud Fry. And the loser will take 3rd place, prize money of $75.
Well, like he says, he's back on 5. He nailed another one. Pretty much over here, Mike's going to have to strike out, but Wayne's got the, all Wayne has to do marking. The game is his.
Yeah.
Game go.
Yeah. Well, Mike Nelson will finish 3rd in our handicap division and take home $75 in prize money. And Wayne Wetzel will advance to bowl our tournament leader in the handicap division, Lee Christensen. Ooh, Jeff got real heavy there. Caught a break.
He pretty much found out after that. Leaving that split, it's pretty hard to come back.
Well, Jeff can finish with 205. Glenn's right now got a possible 237.
And he'll have the game in hand. We've seen what happened before, though.
Jeff Richgels finishes with 205.
There's Mike. You got another strike in lane 3
Yeah,
again.
Mike is lane 3.
Strike every time in lane 3, isn't it?
Mike's got a possible 187.
There he is, Glenn. Well, all you guys do is pick this up, Dick. Game's pretty much his anyway.
Actually,
Game is.
actually, Scott, if he misses this, we got a tie game.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
If he misses this, we got a tie game.
Ouch. Uh-oh.
And he missed it. We have a tie game.
Oh, yeah, go 9-10 frame roll down.
Yeah. So now we have 9th and 10th roll off. Well, Mike Nelson, the handicap division, finishes with 187. Again, while we got a little intermission here, I'd like to thank the sponsors again. Those sponsors are Oregon Bowl, Oregon Beverage, Four Lakes Wholesale, Owens Distribution, Wayne's Body Shop, Best Way Cleaners, Oregon Floral and Stained Glass, Subtown Deli, Kelch Machine Corporation, Winter Law Office, Action Jackson Score Sheet, Ogden Manufacturing, Eric Grover of Remax Realty, Andy's Tire and Muffler Service, Sports Products, who, by the way, donated the trophies you may have seen throughout the program. There are some beautiful trophies. We thank Stu down there at Sports Products. Oregon Meats, the Oregon Observer, and the Oregon Cable Channel. Wow. Thank you, everybody. Well, Wayne finishes with 195 scratch with his 11 pins, gives him a 206. So now we have a 9 and 10th frame roll-off in our scratch division. Jeff Richgels starts out with the strike. And now we got Glenn Nelson on lane 6. Yeah. Glenn threw a little too slow and got heavy. Leaves a 3-6.
He's got to pick this up because we've seen Jeff. He's having a problem over on lane 6, Jack.
Yeah. Yeah, he covers the spare.
Throw it, Jammer. Finish on 5 hard. Come on. Just throw it. Come on.
And we've got encouragement being shouted for Glenn.
Oh, we'll see if Jeff come back on lane 6 and adjust himself. Let's see if Glenn can keep carrying on 5 like he has been all day.
Threw that one with a little bit more authority. Beep. Was my beep too late? That kind of finished Glenn off. That put it away. So Jeff Richgels advances. He will bowl teammate and tournament scratch leader Bud Fry, as Wayne Wetzel will advance and bowl handicap leader Lee Christensen. As I stated earlier, both Glenn and Mike Nelson for finishing third will take home $75 each. Yeah. Jeff finished strong. Striking out. England. Chip finish wins scratch division 60-26 in a 9th and 10th frame roll-off. And welcome to the finals of the Thursday night 3-man singles tournament from Oregon Bowl. Tonight is, like I said, the championship matches in both the handicap and the scratch division. Our participants tonight in the handicap division is Wayne Wetzel, Wayne will be bowling our tournament leader in the handicap division, Lee Christensen. In our scratch division, we have a couple of teammates going at tonight. Jeff Richgels. He will be bowling against a scratch tournament leader, Bud Fry.
Lee will start on 5.
Good luck, gentlemen. Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're waiting for the arrows up here, and they have. Okay, we'll have the scratch division on lane 5 and 6 tonight. Bud Fry against Jeff Richgels. Bud starts it out in lane 5, gets a little heavy, and leaves a 10-pin. Our handicap division is Lee Christensen, the handicap tournament leader, against Wayne Wetzel. Lee starts on lane 3, leaving the 4-7.
Well, Dick, I think we're going to have some good scores tonight, don't you?
Yes, I do. I think we'll have some really good matches here. For you people out there, my name is Dick Clary, and I'll be commentating along with Scott Nelson. Lee, big miss right away on lane 3.
Whoops.
Oh.
Wow. That hurt. 0-0.
It's kind of interesting tonight, Scott. On our scratch division, obviously we got 2 teammates going head-to-head, but in the handicap division, we got 2 opponents going against one another. They're coming in with the same average, so there's no handicap involved in this match. Who do you think has got the advantage there?
Geez, I really couldn't tell you right now. Both of them never threw anything any good right now. There's a big spare by Jeff. I tell you what, I think over here we're going to see about a couple 220 games over there. I think we're going to throw about a couple 190 games over on 3 and 4.
Wayne covers the spare on lane 4. Well, in the scratch division, I should say, Bud comes into this tournament averaging 211 right now, and Jeff's at 210.
But I tell you, he's been here every year, but I tell you, when he wants to get down and bowl, he can bowl. But you got Richgels down on this downspout. He come on the 10th frame. He comes back big.
Well, speaking of Richgels, here he is on lane 5. Leaves a 7.
There goes leave a solid 7.
Wayne Watts on lane 3. Got a little light and left a 7-pin also.
Well, we've seen him. We've seen a couple balls in the pocket now, Dick. I says a couple frames. I think we're going to see some. I think we'll see some good matches here tonight. Well, you definitely on the best lanes in the house: 3, 4, 5, and 6. You don't want to bowl on 1 and 2, and you don't want to bowl on 7 and 8. Good thing we changed it this year, right?
Yeah, isn't that the truth?
They are. 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 are definitely better lanes in the house. I think we're going to see some good scores out of all 4 bowlers tonight. You got to give them 2, 3 lanes. Once they're about 3, 4 lanes, you're going to start seeing some scoring starting to hit here.
We got Lee Christensen on lane 4. Solid 10-pin.
I don't know.
There, Bud Fry on lane 6 as the crowd goes wild.
Oh, that's Bud.
Well, like I said, tonight's a championship of both divisions.
And we definitely got some good money there, don't we, Dick?
Yes, we do, and that money would not be possible without these sponsors, and those sponsors are Oregon Bowl, Oregon Beverage, 4 Lakes Wholesale, Owens Distribution, Wayne's Body Shop, who one of the participants in the handicap division, Wayne Wetzel, is the owner of, Best Way Cleaners, Oregon Floral and Stained Glass, Subtown Deli, Kelch Machine Corporation, as Bud throws another strike, Winter Law Office, Action Jackson Score Sheet, Ogden Manufacturing, Eric Grover of Remax, Andy's Tire and Muffler Service, Sports Products, who had sponsored the beautiful trophies that you see throughout the program, Oregon Meats, the Oregon Observer, and a special thanks to the Oregon Cable Channel. Without them, this would not be possible, and we got a heck of a match going in this scratch division, Scott.
Yes, we have. Bud just had a double up there, and then Jeff just come back with a strike over there on lane 6. There's only a 10-pin difference, so it don't take much between these 2 guys to change the score. The difference over here on 3 and 4 would be just to open that lead left on the first frame.
Well, there Richgels counters with his own double.
Well, we got a 10-pin difference, one more strike. I'm going to tell the story right here what's going to happen. I think we're going to have some high scores there, Dick.
Yeah, like you said previous, this could be a 250 to 240 match the way it's going right now.
Very easily.
Whoa. Oh, Bud got away with one.
Whoops.
Threw it heavy and got away with it.
Well, like anybody else, we pray for one of those, and I tell you, it is hard to get one of those. Bud, do you have something to say about that shot?
Bud was just asking Scott and I if we thought that ball was a little high.
Hey, you take anything you can get. How many 8-10s do you have tonight, Dick?
More than I can remember. Too many. Oh. Wayne leaves the stuff.
Should I say anymore? Boy, a little high, but you know, at 4-9, that's kind of a heavy pocket hit. 8-10, Dick. Ain't that your best, shot of the night?
There's no one better than me for leaving the 8-10 split.
You had 3 of them,
Scott can attest to that.
Oh, we got a Bud's going to pick this up. We're going to be close right back down to even here.
So you got a hook.
Boy,
Ooh, almost came out of the pit.
In there.
Well, that leaves it open. Depends on what Jeff can do. Lee Christensen on lane 4. He got real heavy.
He picks us up. They pair well even right over there on 3 and 4. All the way around, we got close matches, guys.
Ooh, Richgels got real high. Got lucky. He leaves the 4-7.
Another heavy, Dick. We've seen tonight that these lanes dried up faster than I think I've seen all year. I mean, probably you can say the temperature outside makes a difference in the house, don't it?
Yes, it does. Lee Christensen lane 4 covers the 4-7. Now let's see what Richgels can do with his 4-7.
This will give him, if he picks it up, he'll be a 1-pin lead by Jeff Richgels. 1-pin game there, guys. We got a match.
Like I said, in this handicap division between Lee Christensen and Wayne Wetzel, they both came in to the tournament with 190 average. So they're bowling straight up. Oh, bad break, and he leaves a 7-10.
We got problems over on 3, Dick. Now we got a 7-10. Well, we can't say anything yet, can we?
Not yet. It's a good-looking shot by Richgels. Oh, leaves a 7-pin. Well, Scott, we've got a dead even match right now in the scratch division. Both men.
We got an even match all the way around.
Yeah, both men in the scratch division have 106 in the 5th frame, and Wayne has a slight lead in the handicap division.
3-pin lead right now. He needs a spare. He needs a strike to put him up at least 13. Cover, Jeffrey.
Good-looking shot by Wayne Mutz on lane 4 for the strike.
Well, that's the first strike over on 3 and 4 too, Dick. He needed that for a 3-pin lead.
Well, for you people who've been following this tournament, the handicap division has gone like this so far. 5th place went to Bud Byler, 4th place went to Dan Walker, and 3rd place went to Mike Nelson. Bud, that 7-pin wanted to stand, but it went down. Could be a big double for Wayne if he can carry it, and he does. That's a big double.
Big double, Dick, like you says. That's kind of put a little pressure on Lee. Anybody leaves an open here now is going to change the difference of the game again.
The scratch division has gone like this. 5th place went to Dave Richardson, 4th place went to Charlie Allen, and 3rd place went to Glenn Nelson. If any of you seen the match last week, which Glenn bowled against Jeff Richgels, you've seen one heck of a match that went down to a 9th and 10th frame roll-off. And Bud, nice shot by Bud. That
gives him a 10-point advantage.
Yeah, it gives Bud a 10-pin lead at the moment. Well, Lee Christensen needs to put some strikes there or else he's in trouble.
Oh, here he goes. This is what he started out with.
He got real heavy and broke up the split and leaves a 4-7.
Well, he's at the point where he's got to pick this up.
This is a must spare for him. Jeff Richgels in lane 6.
Dick, this will come down on the 10th frame. Definitely come down on the 10th frame. We got a 10-point difference right here. Whoa.
That ball hung up on Lee, but it slid long enough to carry that spear.
Well, here's 3. Lane 3 makes the difference of the game right here. Seems that his players are kind of a little heavy on lane 3, and they change it right here. Put them back to even. Well, we got an even match here, Dick.
Two good competitors here. The thing is with these scratch bowlers, Scott, both of them got this kind of experience in this kind of competition.
Oh, we got another offset over on 3 again, Dick.
Lee Christensen could be in deep trouble.
Change the score.
The scorer gave Lee a 7 split and actually had 6 on his first ball. We got Bud Fry on lane. Carries that 10 pin. He hit a little light, but he carried that 10 pin, got the kicker. Lee opens. That really hurts. Wayne can pretty much shut the door here right now if you like. Once again, I'd like to thank all the tournament sponsors this year. Those people are Oregon Bowl, Oregon Beverage, 4 Lakes Wholesale. Thank you, Bob Gunluck, Owens Distribution, Donnie Owens, Wayne's Body Shop, Wayne Wetzel, Best Way Cleaners, Bud Byler, Oregon 4-ounce Stained Glass, Dan Walker, Subtown Deli, Leo Mattern, Kelch Machine Corporation, Dick Clary, Winter Law Office, Jay Winter. Ooh, Bud gets a little bit heavy and leaves a 4-pin. Action Jackson Score Sheet, Jackson Bartholomew, Ogden Manufacturing, Steve Doyle. Ooh, Wayne almost picks up that split. Eric Grover of Remax Realty, Andy Anderson of Andy's Tire and Muffler Service, Stu Cameron down at Sports Products for the beautiful trophies, Rich Wisden at Oregon Meats, the Oregon Observer, and the Oregon Cable Channel. Thank you very much.
We got a 21-point lead by Wayne over here.
Ooh.
Yeah, I tell you, Dick, things can change pretty quick.
Oh, Wayne had a big chance to shut the door, and he's found 2 consecutive splits. We got one heck of a match here.
We got a hell of a match here. 205, 60, 90, 206. Dick, there is a 1-pin difference right now.
Well, Briggles can shut Bud out here.
If he strikes out, he can shut him out by 1 pin.
Yep.
Good, Dick. 2 more. You got a funny feeling this is going to come down to what?
No. Briggles has a possible 246. 1 more strike shuts Bud out. 1 more strike shuts him out.
Yep.
He strikes here, it's all over.
It's all over.
Oh.
Dick, we still got a match. Actually, we can tie this match yet.
We could have a tie. We could have a tie in the scratch division. Bud if Jeff picks us up.
And Bud strikes out, we have a tie here.
Right, but Bud has to strike out.
Come on. 3 of them.
Come on, Bud.
Oh, my God.
Oh, he picks it out. Jeff ends up 235. Jeff was saying no because he went through this last week with Glenn Nelson at the tie.
There's a strike for Lee. He's got a chance to come back over here, Dick. Gaines right back in the game over here. Dick, there's a 1-pin difference over here on the handicap.
Yep.
There it is.
There's 1.
We got a match over here.
We could have a tie here. Bud needs 2 more. That's a tie. Bud needs 2 more, people. Wayne. Almost up the 8-10, though. Did you see it stand?
Yeah, I don't know. I tell you, he needs this one real bad. This match is going to come. These matches are coming right down to the wire. This is good. This is what we want to see.
Now Wayne picks up the 10-pin. Bud Fry, he needs a strike.
Dick, it's all down on the 10th frames there, guy. There it is.
Oh, he got it. One more strike, people, and we got a tie game. A ninth and 10th frame roll off in the scratch division if we got another strike here.
You're looking at possible tie all the way around here.
Got Wayne Wetzel. It's a little heavy. Ooh, breaks up the split.
37. Lee definitely has a spare. Wayne's got to pick this up. We got good matches there. This is what we want to see this year.
Wayne Wetzel.
Yeah, baby.
Covers the spare. He's got a possible 167.
Oh, there it is.
And now we got a tie. We've got a tie.
We have a tie, Dick.
Jeff Richgels goes again. He's done this 2 weeks in a row. Nice shooting, gentlemen. 235 tie in the scratch division. Now we go on 9th and 10th frame roll off. We got Wayne Wetzel on 3. Wayne finishes 166. Lee can shoot 177 if he strikes up, but he has to strike in this ball to win. He has to strike, yes. Lee has to strike, or this one's all over in the handicap. He's got to get lucky. He didn't do it. Wayne Wetzel wins the handicap division for 1995.
We had another tie over there, Dick. Bud can finish. Bud can finish.
No, Lee can end up 157. So Wayne Wetzel finished first place in the handicap division, take home prize money of $160. Lee Christensen will finish in second, taking home 110. And finishes knockout for 150.
No, there's no gimme. Oh, they had to bowl for what they got.
157. Okay, here we go. Jeff Richgels will start them out.
Dick, it'll take 4 strikes to win this.
Richgels starts out in lane 5 with a strike.
Shot, Jeff. Well, Bud gets going 6. He's got to finish on 5 this time. That's what we like to see, guys.
This is what a championship match should be like.
Right there again, Dick.
Oh.
That was right there, Dick.
A nice shot. He's a 4-pin.
Dick, you can say, you know, you come a little heavy, you leave a 4-pin. That ball is right there. It kind of shows you with your reaction by the end of the night what the lanes do, don't it?
Yes, it does. Well, Bud needs to pick this up. This is a must spare right now.
Oh, we don't have to worry about Bud picking this up, I don't think, do we?
Well, we've seen funny things happen before.
Whoa, Dick. Okay, we won't say nothing.
We've seen funnier things happen before.
Okay, Bud, settle down. Come on, Bud.
The encouragement is being shouted for Bud Fry.
Dick, when's the last time we had to bowl off 2 weeks in a row here to finish that?
I don't ever remember that, Scott.
That's what we like to see.
As long as I've been doing this, I don't remember it.
You tell me that these guys want to win some money? Kind of nice to see. Big shot here, Dick. Ball kind of jumped a little bit there out of his hand. Of course, it's Jeff, at least the spare. Anything can happen yet, Dick. It's not over.
Oh, no, it's not over yet.
Spur put him up even. It all depends on the last ball here.
Bud needs the mark to put the pressure on Jeff to mark.
Jeff gets a strike, it's over. Or Jeff gets a spare, we can tie again.
We could still easily have another tie here.
Well, we actually seen 2 shots Bud should have had, you know. But Jeff had a nice shot right in the pocket, too. This is Jeff's strong lane coming up on lane 6, too.
Oh, and Bud kicks it out.
You're looking at it, Dick. It all depends what Jeff throws on his ball. He has to strike to win the game. He spares it, we can have a tie.
Yep. Strike wins it, like Scott said. Spare, who knows?
Not going to carry. Here we go.
There we go. There we go.
Dick, I don't know. Maybe we should win 3 points, huh?
Could it happen again? Could it happen again?
Now this puts kind of pressure on Jeff here, you know, for his last ball.
Yes, it does.
You know, Jeff, though, he can come back. He can bury this one, though. You know, he's good to come back good.
Okay, this is the situation right now. Jeff Richgels throws a strike. He wins the tournament. He throws a 9. We have another tie. He throws an 8. Bud Fry is the champion. Here we go.
Put it out there.
Got it out there. And he does it. Jeff Richgels wins the roll-up 40-39 as our 1995 champion. Right now, we'd like to hand out the trophies to the participants of this year. I'd like to introduce a 1995 handicap champion, Wayne Wetzel. Congratulations, Wayne, as Scott Nelson hands out the trophies. And the 1995 Scratch Division champion, Jeff Richgels, and one heck of a match. Well, that does it for this year's tournament. Once again, I'd like to run down the sponsors of this year's tournament because without them, this would not be possible. Those people are Oregon Bowl, Oregon Beverage, Four Lakes Wholesale, Owens Distribution, Wayne's Body Shop, Best Way Cleaners, Oregon Floral and Stained Glass, Subtown Deli, Kelsch Machine Corporation, Winter Law Office, Action Jackson Score Sheet, Ogden Manufacturing, Eric Grover of Remax Realty, Andy's Tire and Muffler Service, Sports Products, Oregon Meats, the Oregon Observer, and the Oregon Cable Channel. For Scott Nelson, this is Dick Clary. Thank you and good night.
Good evening and welcome to the Thursday 3-man singles bowling tournament. Tonight we bring you the semifinal match of the handicap division. My name is Dick Clary along with Bill Marshall. We'll be televising this for you. Tonight's participants will be Dave Mant and Dave will be bowling Roger Laurie.
Roger has to spot Davey 5 pins tonight, so actually be pretty close to a scratch match.
Yeah, this should be a real good match. These guys are teammates in league. Dave is getting the 40 pins handicap bill as Roger's getting the 35, so as you said, we got a 5-pin difference there.
Hey, get those lanes on.
Yeah, we're waiting for the lanes to get turned on here. We got scores ready to go, but no lanes.
Roger has decided to start the match on lane number 4, so Roger will finish the match on lane number 3.
There we go. We got power now. Oh, Roger crossed over.
Yep, left a 10 pin.
Well, I'd like to thank you, Bill, for filling in tonight. Jackson Blumenthal usually is one of the talkers here, but he's on vacation. So again, I thank you for filling in.
Roger didn't quite get there.
I think this is going to be a game of who can spare the most.
I think so too. Neither bowler throws a lot of strikes, so spares will win this game.
Well, Davey crossed over.
Davey
just like
got
Roger
his
did.
Brooklyn.
He did carry. Davey just got back from a vacation. He was gone for a couple weeks here. And
yeah, Davey was in Alabama golfing with me.
Dave gets 5. Yeah, and he's sporting that nice tan.
There wasn't a lot of sun down there for a tan. Uh-oh. That'll even the match up. When Davey bowled Ken Noyce, I was doing the broadcast with Jackson Blumenthal, and at that time I predicted that Davey would beat Roger, but I've changed my mind and I'm supporting Roger now.
Ooh.
Close.
Well, the winner of this match will advance to next week's finals to bowl our handicap leader, Jason Fry. And Jason's been on a tear lately, so he could be very tough to beat.
He's a tough bowler.
We will also have our scratch division championship, which should be a real wing dinger between Glenn Nelson and Jeff Richgels. What's your opinion on that one?
I think they've bowled each other the last 2 years, haven't they?
Yes, they have.
Yeah, and I don't know. Some people tell me that this is going to be Glenn's year. There, Roger got a spare.
Well, Glenn's been bowling really tough lately. He had a real bad night tonight, and he let the world know, too. He's a very vocal bowler.
Yes, he is. Roger left the same split that Davey left.
Yes, another 4-7-10.
Yeah.
I'm going to mention the sponsors of this tournament, because without the sponsors, it would not be possible. And I'd like to thank all of them on behalf of all the bowlers. And those sponsors are the Oregon Bowl, Oregon Beverage, Kelch Machine Corporation, Subtown Deli, Four Lakes Wholesale, Winter Law Office, Wayne's Body Shop, Oregon Floral and Stained Glass, Best Way Cleaners, Badgerland Meats, Christensen Farms, Sports Products, Cinda Motors, Peterson Travel, Owens Distribution, Ogden Manufacturing, Eric Grover Remax, Hack Sports Page, Roundhouse Printing, Swinehart Plumbing, J.L. Richards Meat, Oregon Observer, Jackson Blumenthal's Hypnosis and Weight Control Clinic of Stoughton, and Cable Channel 12, and Bob Elstead for all the videotape coverage. Thanks to everybody. We really appreciate it.
You've got a tremendous list of sponsors. I remember in the early days I had to work hard to get 3 sponsors.
Yeah, we've had a good support the last couple years. This has been our best year ever. So again, I'd like to thank them all.
Davey threw that one out too far, and again we've got even match here.
Yeah. Well, Davey's got a 1-pin scratch lead, so he's leading by 6 pins with this handicap.
He's up by 6. Not quite a mark. We have a tremendous crowd here tonight. A lot of people came down. Mark Lundy's here from the Capital Times, probably write a little story about the match. Kerry Hendrickson's here. Bobby Jones.
Yeah, we do. Yeah. I think next week we can be better crowd with the 2 championship matches, and
oh yeah,
it should be pretty vocal then too. The championship match itself, the Glen Bowling, should be very vocal.
Yes.
Bob might have some editing to do on that one.
I'm sure he will have.
Well, that looks good.
Good spare by Davey in the 4th frame.
Well, that means pretty much Roger's got a spare here, at least Mark, to keep up with him.
There, Roger carried one.
Kick that 6-pin out.
A double here would make a huge difference in this game.
Oh, you bet. That's going to cross over again.
Yeah, but he carried that one too. Brooklyn is the place tonight. That gives Roger a 4-pin lead.
Now we got Davey Man in lane 3.
We'll see how Davey responds here. No.
He pulled that one from the start.
Yeah, that was left all the way. Tough spare, too. 1-3-6-10.
Well, Dave Mann, he qualified 5th for the tournament and defeated Ken Noyce in the first match. They 2-14, 2-14 tie.
Nice cover.
Very
David.
nice spare. And then Dave won a 9th and 10th frame roll-off, 58-37. Then he advanced to bowl Lee Christensen and defeated him 221-207. Now he's bowling teammate Roger Lowry and getting 5 pins here. And if he can defeat Roger, he advances to bowl our tournament leader Jason Fry. He broke up the baby split.
Yep, has an easy spare.
Yeah, the loser of this match, Bill, will win $110, so it's...
Wow, I guess so.
Not a bad day's work for bowling.
That was our whole prize pot in the old days.
Well, I was just informed today that Davey Mant won this handicap tournament 10 years ago this week.
I believe that's true because, in fact, he won it on his 60th, was it his 60th birthday?
Yeah, because he said he turned 70 yesterday.
Yeah, I remember that. Oh, Roger leaves the baby spit.
Well, I hope I'm bowling when I'm 70, but some of these guys I hang around with right now, I don't know. They're taking a lot out of me.
You can age in a hurry. Huh?
That's right.
Well, if Roger doesn't pick this one up, Davey will be back in the lead. Nope, too heavy. Now we got Davey back in the lead again.
The crowd tonight is really quiet. This is unusual.
Yeah, we got to get them fired up a little here. And Roger throws a washout. I think they're trying to adjust now. They've been hitting Brooklyn all night. Now they're adjusting and they're not quite getting to the head pin.
Kathy, Meek, telephone, Kathy.
Oh, right around the 10 pin. Tough break, Roger. Well, Davey's in the driver's seat if he can just mark a couple of frames here. That's going to be Brooklyn.
Oh, and it carried. And Davey showing some emotion.
Yeah, he almost smiled that time. Oh, that looks like a pretty good ball, but that's heavy.
Yeah, it started diving there at the end.
Yeah, but a spare will do him well.
Oh, there we got some vocal support now. It's starting to pick up.
Yeah.
I think the crowd noise will be a lot more intense next week, though, with this championship matches going on.
Oh, yeah.
Big spare.
Well, let's see what Davey has here. Davey's got about a 15-pin lead here, so Roger's going to have a couple of strikes. No, this is just
that
not
came out of the
Roger's
gutter,
night.
so
yeah,
that's considered a blow. And we will get our statistician Scott Nelson to change this on the score.
Gives Roger 109 in the 8th frame, so it doesn't look good for Roger unless he strikes out the 9th and 10th, and Davey would have to open.
Once again, I'd like to run down the list of the tournament sponsors.
Can you do it as fast as Jackson does?
I don't know. I'll probably, I'm having a hard time breathing right now, but I'd probably really be out of breath then. But those sponsors again are the Oregon Bowl, Oregon Beverage, Kelch Machine Corporation, Subtown Deli, Ford Lakes Wholesale, Winter Law Office, Wayne's Body Shop, Oregon Floral and Stained Glass, Best Way Cleaners, Badgerland Meats, Christensen Farms, Sports Products, Cinda Motors, Peterson Travel, Owens Distribution, Ogden Manufacturing, Eric Grover Remax, Heck Sports Page, Roundhouse Printing, Swinehart Plumbing, J.L. Richards Meats, the Oregon Observer, Jackson Blumenthal's Hypnosis and Weight Control Clinic of Stoughton, and Cable Channel 12. Wow.
Great. Well, everything bad that could happen to someone happened to Roger. Splits, cherries, washouts. He's had it all.
Roger's been one of the hotter bowlers in the league the last few weeks, too.
Yes, he has. He's bowled some good scores. But he just couldn't find a line. Well, our winner is Davey Mance, so he'll advance next week to bowl Jason Fry.
Right.
That'll be a contrast in styles. Davey slow and spare bowler, and Jason a power bowler.
Right. Jason struggled at the beginning of the year. That's why he was in this handicap division. He started to really come on. Dave will be getting 18 pins handicap in that. So it will be Dave, Matt, and Jason Fry. And the feature of the night, though, will be Glenn Nelson and Jeff Richgels.
Glenn and Jeff.
Rumor has it that Richgels has bought the services of a couple WWF superstars to meet Glenn in the parking lot before the match, kind of bruise him up a little bit. But
I don't think it'll take Glenn long to take care of them.
No. He's proven himself to be more than a WWF wrestler once in a while.
Now, Roger can't get a break.
And for you people with young children out there, you might want to keep them away from the television set on that night, because Glenn can be very vocal.
Hopefully they can bleep out most of it.
Yes.
Well, what do we got? 165 for Davey Mant, plus his 5 pins gives him 170. Best Roger can get is 138, so it's...
Yeah, so Roger will end up in third place, win third place money of $110.
Well, that's a good paycheck.
Yeah. And again, that money's due to the fantastic sponsors we had. Thanks again.
That's almost $1 a pen, Roger.
Well, there's a congratulations, just a handshake from the
Yeah,
bowlers.
they're good friends.
Yes, they are.
They enjoyed it. I knew you wanted to get me, Davey. You got me.
Well, on behalf of all the bowlers, I'd like to thank Bob Elstead here for running the camera tonight, and all the sponsors again. On behalf of all the people here at the Oregon Bowl, on behalf of Bill Marshall, my special guest host, I'm Dick Cleary. Thank you and good night.
We'll see you next week.
Hello, everybody. I'm Jackson Blumenthal here with Dick Cleary, president of the Thursday Three-Man League, for the final championship matches in our Thursday three-man scratch and handicap tournaments. Dick, who do we have in the matches tonight?
Well, tonight we got in our handicap division, Dave Mant.
Big hand, everybody.
Big hand for Dave. Dave has come from the 5th position to
He's really been
on
doing
our
it.
tournament leader in the handicap division, Jason Fry.
Jason Fry. Jason had kind of a tough night tonight.
Yes, he did. Now, Dave will be getting 18 pins handicap in this match. So,
well, if Jason hits it, I'll tell you, that's a tough guy to beat.
That's right. And now, in our scratch division,
the leading Nelson brother this year.
Here we go.
League favorite, our most sedate bowler, ladies and gentlemen, Glenn Nelson. And 16-time PBA champion, professional bowler, one of Madison's best bowlers.
Champion, sorry, I butted in.
Defending scratch champion and one of the greatest bowlers to come out of Madison ever, Jeff Richgels.
And look at his body, folks. He doesn't have a broken bone on him. Glenn must took it easy on him tonight.
There we go. Should be quite a match. This, I think everybody around here is saying this might be the year that Glenn takes him down.
It could be, as long as Glenn can pick up his spares.
We want to thank most of all Charlie Allen and Jack Henriksen here at Oregon Bowl. We'll get to our sponsors in a minute, and our producer and director, Bob Elstad, and Cable Channel 12, Wow, in Oregon, Wisconsin. We're getting set for the first match here.
We're waiting for the lanes to get turned on for the handicap division, which we're going to start. We're going to bowl them 5 frames, and then the scratch division will jump in.
Okay, that sounds pretty exciting. You know, Dave's made a big move this year, and I remember that first match he was in. I think the key to Dave's success today is that big hip move.
Oh,
you know, the hip move he does after he releases the ball, where he goes.
Yeah, he does that little walking out thing.
It's very exciting. Why don't you hand me that sponsor list, and let's use this
I will
time
do that there.
To thank our sponsors, because this tournament couldn't be possible without them. Oregon Bowl, Oregon Beverage, Kelch Machine Corporation, Subtown Deli, owned by Leo Mattern, which they had dinner tonight, and I have to say, what a delicious meal.
And he happens to be sitting right here in the front row with us tonight.
No kidding. Four Lakes Wholesale, Winter Law Office, Wayne's Body Shop, Oregon Floral and Stained Glass, Best Way Cleaners, which I understand has been nominated for the 4th year in a row for the national best, cleaners. Badgerland Meats, Christian Farm, Sport Products, Simden Motors, Peterson Travel, Owens Distribution, Ogden Manufacturing, Eric Grover, Remax Realty, Hack Sports Page, Roundhouse Printing, Swinehart Plumbing, J.L. Richards Meats, Oregon Observer, and the Blumenthal Hypnosis Clinic of Stoughton.
And Cable Channel 12.
Wow, in Oregon, Wisconsin.
With our producer, director, cameraman,
Bob Elstad. He's here tonight with us, and we're just getting ready to start the match now. Here comes Jason Fry. He'll be bowling first on lane 3. The crowd is excited. You can feel the tension in the room. Tension, 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 tension. And here comes the first shot. And it's
big
buried.
strike. We got a little difference in contrast here between the bowlers. Jason, the power bowler, and Dave, the slow hook.
But been at it for many years, and I think this may be his time to shine.
Well, Dave got this far by beating Ken Noyce the first round, 214, 214, and then they had that 10th frame roll-off.
Oh, and he clears out that 5-pin.
Which he won 58-37. Sorry, I interrupted.
That's it's actually okay, Dick. I just want to thank you on behalf of everybody in this league for putting this all together. This really is probably the most fun league in Wisconsin, and I'm sure you're aware that we've been nominated by the ABC for America's top 3-man league.
I have heard that, yes.
Here comes Dave to pick up that 10-pin. It's looking good. It's looking good, and he's got it.
There's a big spare.
He's got it.
Like I said, Dave's got 18 pins handicap on this, so that's a 2-mark lead, basically.
So I've been noticing in our league tonight when we bowled, Jason Fry bowled on 3 and 4 and had kind of a tough time. He seems to have gotten his act together here for the championship match. Here comes Dave on lane 3. He delivers in between second and third. It's going Brooklyn. Oh! That cold 9-pin. But he's looking confident tonight, I think.
Yes,
Dick.
he is. Dave's been bowling really well the last few weeks.
Here he comes now, picking up the, what's that, a 9-pin he's got there?
From my vantage point, it sure looks like it.
He lines it up. Here he goes. That's a confident man bowling. You can tell that by watching him. And he's got it.
The spare.
And he stays clean through the second frame.
That's the key to this handicap match, is those spares. That's going to be a real critical aspect.
Absolutely. You hear that theory, to be a great bowler, you have to make sure you pick up all the spares and the strikes will come. Well, I heard that once.
Yeah.
Here comes Jason. He cranks it out there. It's got power. Uh-oh. He's got the 3, 6, 10, 9.
Correct.
3, 9, 6, 10.
There you go.
I know that we had a talk earlier in our show about the mathematics and things like that, but this is a tough spare to pick up. You
Yes,
gotta throw
it
it
is.
just right. Here he goes. A lot of power on this ball. Uh-oh. And he leaves an open here, and the last thing in the world he can do is give Dave too much of a chance to get ahead here. Let's go through, Dick, who the qualifiers were, what they did, how much they got paid.
We will do that.
In the handicap.
And just so everybody knows, you and I ain't getting paid nothing for this, but we're having fun, right?
We're having a great time.
We're having fun. Well, in the handicap division.
Here comes Jason up in the 3rd frame.
Got that one a little wide.
Oh, and he leaves that pin over on the left side that's not quite in the back.
Which would be the 2-pin.
There you go.
Yes. Ken Noyce finished in 5th and won $45, defeated by Dave Matt. Lee Christensen finished in 4th, wins $80.
Defeated by Dave Matt.
Yeah, and that was 221 to 207. Roger Lowry finished in 3rd.
Defeated by Dave Matt.
Defeated by Dave Matt.
And Jason picks up that spare.
And that score was 205 to 173. And Roger Lowry ended up with $110. Now the winner of this match will take home the beautiful trophy that Sports Products has donated. Thank you, Stu Cameron down there. And also first place money.
It's coming in. He buries it. He buries it. Dave Matt is on a roll this year. The crowd is getting very excited. I know in preparation of his brother bowling, I see Scott Nelson's very nervous here eating his 9th sandwich tonight. So what'd you bowl tonight, Scott? You bowled, thank you very much. You're a very cooperative guest,
He had
didn't he?
719 or something like that.
719.
He was top dog in the league tonight.
Every time I looked over, it just was those little X's on the scoreboard. Here comes Dave. Looks good.
Oh!
Uh-oh.
Dave
The pressure is on Jason Fry. Jason, who is from Belleville, Wisconsin, which is a little town kind of south of here. He's one of Belleville's 2 big bowlers, Scotty Ringenberg being the other one.
That's right.
And that guy McDowell.
Oh, that's way out. And he brought it back. Left that pesky 2-pin again.
That darn old pesky 2-pin.
That pesky 2-pin.
So how'd you bowl tonight, Dick?
I actually bowled well for my first night back in 3 weeks. I had 660.
Wow.
I Had to throw the ball relatively slow for me because I had a little soreness there tonight, but.
Here he comes, going to pick up that spare, and he needs it.
And he's got it.
All right, very nice. Jason comes up in the 5th frame, and it's time for him to strike now because he's going to need to make a move here. Dave's got a lot of pins on him right now.
Yes, he does. The score doesn't reflect the handicap involved, so we got to add that in at the end.
Well, that's your job since you're the math guy here.
And
on
I
this,
will do
announcing
that.
Team. I can see the scratch bowlers looking just a little bit anxious over there. Here comes Jason up in the 5th. It's got the power.
Oh,
and
shot,
he
leaves
gets
a
stuck with
solid
that 10 pin. You know, that's the most frustrating thing. I know tonight when I bowled, I had many of those 10 pins and ended up just a couple of pins short of 600. That was pretty lame.
Well, you should have heard what the 10-pin got called on our set of lanes.
I can't even imagine. He picks it up, stays in the match, but he's got to strike to make some move.
You'll learn the vocabulary of a 10-pin if Glenn leaves it in this championship match.
The scratch bowlers are getting ready now on lanes 5 and 6, and here comes Dave Mann up in the 5th frame. Dave's got a lead here of about a whole bunch of pins. Here he goes. He uses that hip motion. Oh, leaving that 7th pin. The crowd is absolutely excited here. You can hear them chanting in the background, Dave, 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 Dave.
Well, here we go. Here's the start of our scratch division championship match. Jeff Richgels, the tournament leader, defending champion.
Oh, and he gets a big one there.
He carried the 10-pin.
This is the match everybody's been waiting for. Here comes Glenn Nelson.
Give me your professional opinion on this. Who do you pick early?
Well, my professional opinion, you know, it's hard to say that Richgels can be gotten, but I think if Glenn keeps his head in this match, he can take him this year. Here comes Glenn in the 1st frame. Ooh. Just clears out that 10-pin. Got an 8 there. Here comes Davey Mann again.
Yeah, right here's the key for Glenn. He's got to pick up these spares and he's rushing the line. And he missed it. No.
Oh, he got it.
From my vantage point.
Here comes Dave Mann. He goes Brooklyn, and he's got a very tough split spare over here, one that can be picked up, however. He's got to do it just perfectly, and I've seen Dave do this in the league a lot of times with the 9-10. Here comes Glenn up in the 2nd frame. Glenn cannot afford to get behind on Richgels.
No.
Okay.
You got lucky on there. Left a 3-pin.
Again, he knocked away the split.
Glenn's rushing
Davey
himself right now. He's not taking his time. He's rushing everything.
Here comes Davey Mann. It's looking pretty good. Oh, he almost gets it. Glenn picks up that spare, stays in the match here. Here comes Richgels in the 2nd frame. Richgels has probably won over, well over $100,000 bowling, maybe $200,000. Here comes Jason in the 4th frame. And he cleans it out there. Kicks away that 4-pin, and now Jason's in this match with Dave having it open in the 6th.
He needs to put a double here.
Here comes Richgels with that perfect professional form, and he buries it. You know, it's funny watching Richgels in league tonight. Did I mention to you that I beat him a game?
No, you
did. Or 2?
That's
yeah,
good.
It could have been 2 games I beat him.
That's
I
good.
can't remember.
Did you beat him series?
Probably not.
One more!
Oh,
Jason's in trouble here.
You got that one wide.
Jason's got a big
2-4-10.
split. Focusing here on our scratch match, Richgels comes up in the 3rd. I know his wife Cindy's here watching. Here he goes. Here's the shot, and he buries it, the first 3. Looking pretty good. Screamer's got to really, really focus here now. Jason may get this.
Oh,
yes!
nice.
And he picks it up. I don't know if we got that on film. It was very exciting. So we missed the greatest shot of the year.
Bob shakes and says, no, we didn't. No.
Here comes Glenn, and he needs a strike right now.
There he goes. There he goes.
Okay. Here comes Davey. He's up in the 7th frame now.
Pitch that one a little inside. 4
4-7.
Clears out that 10 pin. It's split time over on lanes 3 and 4. Glenn Nelson's coming up. This is an important shot for him. He's got to start straight.
Very important. He almost needs this double with that 3-bagger by Richgels.
So we can see he's sponsored by Oregon Beverage.
Oh, and he
by
pulled
Charlie
that one.
Allen. Oh, 5-10 split. That's tough.
He pulled that one way inside.
Here comes Davey Mant picking up that
He
spare.
looks like he's got it covered.
He's got it covered. Glenn really needs to pick this up or this match could get out of hand real early. And he doesn't get it. Okay, the scratch match is Richgels is pulling away. I talked to Marc McDowell on Tuesday at breakfast and asked him who he thought would win, and Mark said that while he thought Glenn was pretty good, he leaned a little bit towards Richgels there. Here comes Dave Mant up in the 8th, and he does leave that 10 this time. The 4-7-10.
There's the split. Now it's time for Jason to take advantage of it.
This is Jason's chance to jump on it, and he's running out of time. Here comes Richgels in the 4th with that perfect form. And he leaves a 7-pin.
Kind of kicked the ball return on that at release, so I think that threw him out of whack a little bit.
You think you mean he bumped into it?
No, his swing foot hit the ball return, so I don't know if he's playing a little different line or.
Here comes Dave. Could he get this? He might get it.
Look at this.
Oh, what a try. What a try. And here comes Richgels up for that 7-pin. Richgels dead eye on spares, known to be a brutal spare shooter. And he's got it. This is Glenn's chance now to get back in the match. Here comes Jason. In the 8th frame, and he needs this.
Oh, nice shot.
And he buries it. If Jason starts running some strikes here, we can have a match.
Yeah.
This is not over in the handicap division, but he needs to strike now.
Well, right now,
Here comes Richgels up in the 5th frame. And he buries it. Perfect form. The pressure is on Glenn Nelson. The entire Nelson family is here, by the way, I think.
Yes, they are.
All of his brothers.
Oh,
and Jason gets another one. And now it's time to see what Davey's got in his hip pocket here. Remember how he pulled out that other match?
Yes,
the first
right now
week?
Dave has a 4-pin lead.
Here comes Glenn. Glenn needs this strike. Glenn's not looking like he's completely focused.
No, he seems to be rushing everything.
Here we go now. Davey's coming up. It's in the 9th frame.
If that holds, that could be.
Oh, and he has another split, the same split he had before. Glenn picks that up. We're in the 5th frame now in the scratch match, and Richgels has close to a 35 pin lead.
Glenn almost needs to run him out from here.
Here comes Glenn. He needs a good shot. He needs something smooth.
That was a nice
he
shot.
leaves that 7-pin, and you can tell he's getting a little bit frustrated.
Yeah, that was a nice shot.
Here comes Davey Mant going to pick up that 4-7-10. Let's see if he gets it this time. He's coming close. He might have it. Good try. Good try. And here comes Glenn to pick up that 7-pin. Here we go. He's feeling a little bit anxious at this point. Richgels comes up. The pressure is on Glenn. Here comes Davey Mant in the 10th frame. Davey's got 2 opens in a row, and frankly, if he doesn't fill this right here, Jason's going to jump up and take it away from him. Here he comes. He needs to make an adjustment to the left. Here he goes. Here's his release. It heads down the lane. It heads to the... clears out the 7-pin, but he's got the 6-10, and he needs to pick them up just to be able to have a chance to stay in this match. Here comes Richgels up in the 6th frame. He releases the ball. It looks good.
Oh. Came in a little light.
Kind of bobs in the way from me there, Dick. Can you see what pins he...
The 2-4.
2-4. An easy spare. Here comes Dave. He needs to pick this up. If he picks this up and strikes, it'll give him 169.
And you said you weren't.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Let's give a big hand to Dave Mant, everybody.
So that's a 198 with handicap.
He's got a 190. 198?
Yeah, he gets 40 pins handicap. Jason gets 22, so it's an 18-pin difference. So.
Okay. 198 with handicap. This is an important frame. Jason fills this frame and he wins.
Jason wins. Yes, he does.
Here comes Jeff Richgels up in the 7th. Here's Jason's ball. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Jason is going to take the handicap division.
Jason Fryer is our 1997, correct? Yeah, this is 97, last I remember.
You bowled in the wrong lane? You bowled on the wrong lane. That strike does not count. Have to switch over and bowl it again, Jason. Okay. Jason bowled on the wrong lane. If we can get our cameraman, Bob Elstad, to catch that, you'll have to bowl that again over on lane 10. ABC rules make you have to bowl if you bowl on the wrong lane. If you remember, there was a guy down in Verona who bowled a perfect game with 13 strikes a couple of years ago because he bowled one ball on the can you get my lips to work here? Okay. Here comes PBA champion Jeff Richgels. Pick up a 10-pin.
Giving Jason instructions.
As you know, Jason is on Jeff Richgels' team in this league along with one other bowler.
Yourself.
Myself. Here he goes. Can he strike it again? Oh.
Dave Mann is back in the game.
Wow. All of a sudden, things have changed.
No, I got to scribble on my sheet here because I had Jason written down.
Okay, we're going to, Dick Cleary, who, you know, does a lot of math, is going to try and figure this out.
Jason's right now. And the scratch division is pretty much over.
I believe that Richgels has simply overpowered Glenn. Here comes Jason. Taking a shot at it. Finishes, let's see, that would be a 167, 175.
175. That gives Jason 197. Dave Mant wins.
Dave Mant wins by 1 pin.
Dave Mant wins by 1 pin. So Dave Mant is our...
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. On a double, Jason throws a 5 on the first ball, takes himself out of the match with that split. He had it in his hand through a strike on the wrong lane. It's just what happens here at the Oregon 3-man league. Here comes Glenn Nelson now. And he buries it. He's a little more relaxed now. I think he'll need a lot of strikes here for Richgels to make some mistakes for him to get back in this match.
Yeah, I think...
Here comes PBA champion Richgels in the 8th frame. I tried to get Marc McDowell to come up and do the TV with us today, but he had to bowl.
He told me that. Like I told you the other day, I talked to him, and he said you mentioned it.
I wanted to stop short of begging. While we still have a chance here, as we come to the very end of our tournament. It's been 5 or 6 weeks we've been doing the TV show. The crowd's been fantastic. We want to thank... we have Jason Fry here right now. Whoops, he walked away. Yeah. Wanted to get a comment from him. We also want to thank our waitresses, Deb and Teresa, who make this league very special for us. We're very grateful to them.
Yes, we are.
Richgels fills that frame. Does Glenn have a chance here mathematically to get back in this and take it?
Glenn can shoot 202.
Pretty iffy.
Pretty iffy.
Pretty iffy here.
Pretty iffy.
But here we go. Who knows? Richgels gets
mathematically, he still has a chance, but
here he goes. Jeff throws the ball and leaves a 10-pin. If Jeff were to leave this open, okay, and the Easter Bunny came in, okay, he left it open, the Easter Bunny came in, and then Santa Claus brought some presents, would there be a chance for Glenn to sneak by?
When the cow flies, too.
Don't take anything away from him. This is really rough because Glenn has been the hottest bowler in the city of Madison over the last month. He's had a 300 game, a 279, a bunch of 700 series, not taking anything away from him. He's a true champion. He's really exciting to watch during the league. Let's see what he can do here and finish this out, run out these strikes. Here he comes. He's up on the 6th frame. Here's the ball. He's got some more power on it. And he's just not getting any breaks. And he leaves that 10-pin, and I think that locks him out. Yes, it does.
Yeah.
And our champion again this year is Jeff Richgels.
He defended his title once again.
Defending his title again. I know that next year we've hired Tanya Harding to come and get her people in prior to the championship match to see if we can do something about this. Glenn picks up the 10-pin. Let's get Dave Mant over here. Where is Dave? Where's Dave?
I think he's
can we get Dave? Can you go get Dave for us over here before the TV ends? We got a comment from him. He's over by the lockers there. Here comes Glenn. He's up in the 10th frame. The gentleman all the way. He buries it for a strike. Okay, and we have obviously wonderful editing over there at Cable Channel 12, wow, in Oregon. We want to thank Liz Harlow as well as Bob Elstad. If you remember, Liz was here. Was she here last week when I was gone?
No, Bob.
Okay, Bob was here last week, I know. Hey. Here comes Glenn, and here we go. Here he throws a second ball in the 10th frame, and again he leaves another 10-pin.
And there's the disgusting frustration coming out.
Here we go. I can see Richgels over there. He's kind of excited. How many years in a row is this that Richgels has won the tournament?
I think it's his 3rd year in a row.
His 3rd year in a row.
I do believe so.
Big hand for Glenn, everybody. Okay, here comes Richgels to close it out. He'll be our champion this year for the 3rd year in a row. To many people, it's no surprise, but I really thought this year, and he strikes it, I really thought this year Glenn was going to do it because he was so hot.
Yes, he's been bowling
during the
super.
months of February and the early part of March.
He had a 300 game several weeks ago.
Here we go right now. I wanted to get a comment from Davey Mant, and I told...
Hey, Dave.
Well, while you're getting them, I'm going to run down the sponsors one more time, because without these sponsors, that prize money that you and I ain't getting wouldn't be there. Me neither. But those sponsors are the Oregon Bowl, Oregon Beverage, Kelch Machine Corporation, Stumptown Deli, Four Lakes Wholesale, Winter Law Office, Wayne's Body Shop, Oregon Floral and Stained Glass, Best Way Cleaners, Badgerland Meats, Christensen Farms, Sports Products, Simden Motors, Peterson Travel, Owens Distribution, Ogden Manufacturing, Eric Grover Remix, Hack Sports Page, Roundhouse Printing, Swinehart Plumbing, J.L. Richards Meats, the Oregon Observer, Jackson Blumenthal's Hypnosis and Weight Clinic of Stoughton.
And a big hand for our champion, Jeff Richgels.
Well,
it's been an exciting year.
It's been a real fun year. Again,
how much money will Jeff win for this match?
$200.
I want to mention that I've seen Jeff win at a lot of regional tournaments, regional professional tournaments, and he's always known as quite a gentleman. He buys a drink for everybody in the house after he's done. And that's always, one of the keys to his reputation.
With $200, he's doing. Bob's trying to pull the equipment out of him.
All of the equipment away.
He's doing a good job of it too.
It's on his checkbook there. Obviously, he's having a good day. I think that it's been a wonderful year. It's been fun doing the show. I speak on behalf of myself. Of course, my sons Justin and Eddie couldn't be here today, but they wanted to wish everybody in Oregon a big. That was Scott Nelson sneaking in there, of course, for a little picture.
Little promotional type thing,
I think, Dick, this is about it. We want to say special thanks to Bob Elstad and Cable Channel 12 WOW in Oregon, Wisconsin. On behalf of Oregon Bowl, myself, Jackson Blumenthal, Dick Cleary, League President, we'll see you next year.